Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm sharing my second card as a guest designer for Heffy Doodle, and I'm using the Chimply the Best stamp set. This is such a fun stamp set, along with the stitched alphabeters die and the stitched Slimline trio dies. Now I am going to color these images along with you. Now I did color a lot more images, but just the coloring is all the time the same. So I decided to limit myself in this video to these images, but I just sat down on the couch and colored all the rest of the images as well, same colors. So I colored a lot of bananas, and I was normally going to add like a crazy amount of bananas on this card. But as soon as I had added everything except for the bananas, I just thought that it was already filled enough. So I kept it off the card, but I'm just keeping them on the back of this stamp set, and I will use it on another card, and this way I already have them prepped. So I don't know the weather at your place, but here in Belgium, spring arrived, and well, nature is just gorgeous and there are vibrant colors outside. We also had some really bad days where it snowed all of a sudden after really hot temperatures. But now we're really into spring, and I just thought with all the colors and all the green things outside that I wanted to make a really joyful card, and this stamp set, the Chimply the Best, is just so adorable. I never thought that I needed monkeys, really, must be honest about it, but when I saw these from Heffy Doodle, I just really wanted them. They are just so cute and funny, and well, that's what I'm going for. So here I'm coloring my greens, and the monkeys will be sitting on these, we will be hanging off of them, and just create a lovely scene with it. Although I'm creating a scene based on the images that I'm using, I am doing some sort of a cast background, and I really like that. So it's a combination. It's not like a sky and a grounding and stuff. As you saw in the beginning, I'm doing some stripes later on in that bright green again to have everything matching with each other. So for the monkeys, I'm using one of my favorite brown combinations, being the E47, E57, E37 and E23. Now this one is like a really vibrant brown, and actually I didn't use the combination often with the E23 as well, but it really makes it really joyful and bright, and I like it. Normally I go for E33, which is also a wonderful color to match with these others. Just so you know, this one is really cute. So second layer, I'm using the Transotype Perfect Coloring Paper. I say it often, but I need at least 2 layers, and if I need more, this paper will not start bleeding. And that's important sometimes. When we need a lot of layers and it starts bleeding, then all the effort is for nothing. So that's why I really like this paper. Before I had this paper, I used Nina, and I really love Nina as well. But after 2 layers, I often had the issue that it started bleeding, so more than 2 layers wasn't an option, and that's why I really like this one. Also, this one is more white, if you prefer having really white paper, and you're crafters, so you understand that there are different whites. When I talk to my boyfriend about it, he's like, what? White is white. No, it's not. Not at all. So that's this monkey. And well, I had this banana as well laying around, so I'm going to do that one, and then back to the other monkey. And I just love them. Aren't they cute? Like, if you need a monkey set, then this is the set to go, no? Well, actually there is maybe one set that I also would love with monkeys, and it's from Pretty Pink Posh. That one is also really cute. It's all about being cute. And then maybe other brands, but I just don't know about other brands really with this size of monkeys. So yeah, I love this one. It's really cute. Okay, so this is the first layer, also going from darkest to lightest as always, but if you prefer adding first a coat of your lightest or going from lightest to darkest and working your way up, that's perfectly fine as long as you're having fun and you like the end result, and that's the way you should go with the coloring. There are so many ways, so don't change it if you like it. You can always try something else and see whether it's better or not. But so far this gives me the result that I want. So as you can see, I'm using exactly the same colors. You can also switch in between the colors of them. Well, we have different colors of chimps and also just monkeys in general. So you just do what you love and enjoy the process. And once these are colored in, I'm going to take the matching dyes and cut everything out. So I am securing my images using some purple tape, and then I will roll it through my Sizzix die cutting machine. And then we can start on the background. Now for the background I die cut a Slimline panel using the stitched Slimline trio dies, and I'm just making sure that it is aligned straight onto my craft mat, because I'm going to use those lines on the craft mat to create my own background with some stripes. And as you can see, stitch details, so you know me by now, I am covering them up because I really like that white border to show up at the end. So having done that, I searched for some washi tape. Now I have a box filled with washi tape. I had like a whole period before card making where I hoarded all those washi tapes, and I never used them because, well, they are too beautiful to not have in my room. So that was the first issue. I didn't use them, and now I am done with studying. And well, where do you use your washi tape for? I use them on envelopes when I'm closing them to send out. Yeah, that's it. So there are also some washi tapes like this one that I just never use. There are different qualities in washi tape, and this one I just don't really like. I like the design, but I just don't like the quality of it. So I used it as sort of a masking tape. Also washi tape you can remove without ripping your papers and stuff, so that's why I decided to go for this, and it's a thin one, so this way I had some thin stripes as well. So for the background I'm using the Distress Inks Mowed, Lien and Twisted Citron, which is really bright and joyful, and it fits perfectly with the greens that I used for those lineals. In Dutch we say linealen, I think. Now I'm doubting about the Dutch word as well. Okay, never mind about the word. See, it's like I got English in my high school, and then university as well, and then my final year, my master degree was in English, but you know, we don't study the vocabulary for cards or monkeys or nature. I did some economics. So when I'm doing these voiceovers, I really try to pronounce things right and know the words, but you know, you never know what you're gonna say when you're doing the voiceover, so sometimes I just can't remember the words. So here I'm removing the washi tape, and this is so satisfying. So then the purple tape, and then this background is finished. So next up, deciding the layout. So I had a minor idea on how to go with this card. So I laid it out, and then I could figure out the sentiment as well. So after spending a lot of time and deciding on the sentiment that I wanted to use, I decided on the hang out, but it's like let's hang out soon, so I needed to mark where I wanted those other words to be stamped out. I really like it if I can use some bigger letters to show the sentiment, like not doing the whole sentiment with them, but just like the words that really need to jump out, and the hangout is really suitable for this card with all the monkeys and stuff. So that's why I liked the idea of using that sentiment. And now I'm using that marks that I made with the pencil to make sure that the alignment is correctly. I don't want to add all the things and then maybe just, well, ruin the images because there is some smudging or anything like that. So when that was dry, I took my eraser and it just removed the pencil lines that I had. And then it's time to lay everything again down and start adhering. So I started with the layout, and then I thought, wow, there will be a lot on top and underneath and stuff, so I just started gluing things down. All with liquid glue. I'm not using any thin foam squares today because there is a lot going on, and I also didn't want to start using the liquid glue on the tiny pieces and well, call me lazy for this one. So here with the liquid glue I could just tuck things under, making sure that everything was done. And adhering everything. The lovely thing also about liquid glue is that you can wiggle things around a bit if needed. So that's really why I decided also on using this. And isn't this funny? I just love the different monkeys that are inside of this set and the way they can hang and just sit. And also if you die cut the stuff and you have the die cuts, well, that's important. You can also, they also cut out the arms so that you can tuck things in them, and I just love that, like the monkey on top with the banana. I just think it's so cute. So here I was figuring out whether it was placed good enough to add the hang on top of it, and after with the wiggling I added it. So I'm using an acrylic block to keep everything down. Well, I don't have a lot of blocks and this one is the heaviest, so I use that one. But if you have more, then you can really just lay it on there, keep it on there, and using others for the other parts of your card. So for the out, I'm first starting with the U to make sure that it is centered, and then I'm placing the others next to it. And these tweezers, they are the reverse tweezers. It's really a must-have. I'm not that good in using it, but it's better than not having it. I remember when I got it, well, my head just couldn't figure it out because it's the reversed one, but it's really handy for this kind of cards or assembling things that are with tiny pieces and stuff. So we are slowly getting there. I just needed to be sure that placement was good. Like this. And then you have your sentiment. And then I just have my final monkey for the bottom of this card. And I tried several things because, well, there is a lot going on the top. And I think if I would have spread the card a bit more, then these images would have been enough. But I had that fourth monkey and it's so cute and I didn't want to leave it out. So I tried several ways. But I wasn't convinced. And well, so when you have a lot of images, you can really test things out, and that's what I really like. I don't like having to go back and color other things in, because, well, then you have to stop with the assembling, and the assembling is quite nice or lovely to do, because you really see everything come together. And here I decided I wanted to have that greenery coming out of the U, but I wanted it to line up exactly, so I just die cut the U out of it, and this way the edge fitted perfectly with the U. Now the final monkey. Ah, it's so cute. And then some bananas. And then I thought maybe I can tuck the bananas everywhere, but no. I didn't like it. It wasn't turning out as I wanted it to, so I just kept it like this. Every monkey is holding one, but tucking them underneath or next to it was just a bit much, I thought. There is already a lot going on. No? Well, I think so. So, So yeah, here I'm just seeing whether I can use those things that I created or colored in, but that didn't happen. So I'm just going to trim off the excess, add it all to a card base, and that actually will be this card. I'm not going to add embellishments. The monkeys are holding bananas. And I'm not going to add any glossy accents because I don't know where I would add it. And if I would add it to the bananas, well, some are tucked in the paws, and I just, no. So not doing that, just adding it onto a card base and enjoying the way it looks. And then this card is completely finished. So this is my second card as a guest designer. I mentioned it in the beginning for Heffy Doodle, and I really enjoyed this month and doing this, creating with their stamps because they are so cute, and I will make more cards with Heffy Doodle for sure. I hope that you enjoyed this video and of course the end results. I wish you all an amazing day, and I will be back soon with some new crafty inspiration. Bye!